What is up, you guys? I'm just going to briefly go over how I test my reef tank with you guys so you are kind of aware what I do, how I do it. So I have the cheapest of the cheap test kits here. API, ordered them off Amazon. They were actually leaking one of them pretty badly, so I ended up getting the whole thing for free because this whole thing is just seeping everywhere, and it's seeped in all over the instructions, everything. So not a good test kit. I wouldn't recommend, but what I've been told is it's not about the numbers, it's about stability. Get in there, little piece of garbage. All right, got it. So this test for calcium, carbonate hardness, phosphate, and nitrate. I got a high range pH test kit and then a magnesium test kit from Salifer. I don't know why they don't include magnesium in here. It's very important for reef tank. So it just goes to show, once again, not a good test kit. I wouldn't recommend it, but we're a beginner here. We're trying to keep it cheap. So here we are. This is how we track it. Got a little spreadsheet here. The date I tested, calcium reading. I did not do this reading right. So as you can see, that's off, but keeping my calcium anywhere between, I don't know, 4 and 500 right now, not being too picky on that. KH around 9. At the beginning, I was an idiot. I was dosing stuff I couldn't test for. I kind of learned the hard way. Well, luckily I didn't lose anything, but I was putting baking soda into my tank to raise the pH because I was relying on a test strip reading. Never do that. Always get a good test kit. Don't rely on test strips. So I was dosing KH and also calcium and magnesium with an alpha reef, magnesium and the calcium, and then the KH via baking soda. And yeah, those got too high, as you can see, because I was dosing without being able to test. So this is when I first was able to start testing, but the reef tank was up a full almost 2 months before that. So don't be like me, you guys. Not a good idea. Don't dose stuff you can't test for. But if you're gonna run a successful reef tank, calcium should be anywhere between 4 and 500. You really can't go wrong by having it up near the 500 mark is what I hear. Don't hold me to that. KH, once again, not important where it's at, as long as it's stable. I hear anywhere between 8 and 11 is a fine spot to have it. Phosphate, I always hear try and keep that under like 0.5 for sure. I know that's probably a little high, but once again, it's stable. Same thing every single week. Very important. Nitrates, 25 to 30. I got a lot of softies in there and a lot of beginner-friendly SPS. So high nitrates is not a big problem for me because I'm doing every other week water change. It's very consistent. It's very steady. I'm not having any algae blooms. I don't have a protein skimmer, so that would be why that is the way it is. pH, once again, has been very stable. So what you just got to learn, guys, if it ain't broke, don't freaking fix it. All right. So magnesium, I just got this test kit. So once again, don't be like me, you guys. I just bought this yesterday, but the tank's been running almost 3 months. You got to have test kits for that stuff. Luckily, it's literally perfect. And I kind of knew it was. Everything looked great. You got to go off how your stuff looks, not off in the numbers. Very important. And then here I just had the action taken, what I did. Even if I didn't do a water change that day, I write down what I dosed, and so I know what I'm doing. You're not going to remember it all, you guys. It's too much you're doing. You got too much going on in your life. You got to write it down. Be organized. So just a little spreadsheet like this, color code it, make it easy for you. If you don't make it easy, you're not going to do it. All right. Anyways, it's enough lecturing you. Have a good day, you guys. Peace.